How you doing, George Walker?
I'm doing George Walker. How about Grandpa?
First question I got for you. What was your occupation before entering the war?
Before I entered the war, it was a tough one. My parents were getting divorced. I got kicked off the football team. Went to the recruiter.
Yep.
Walked in. Corps took me. I left on the bus from Gastonia. My family saw me off. I was gone. My occupation was quitting high school.
How old were you then?
I did work before that at Lee's Sandwich Company.
How old were you then?
17. They signed for me.
So that's a follow-up question. How did you enter the service?
How to enter it? I walked into the recruiter and said, "How's it going?"
Yes, sir. Thoughts on the war before entering?
I didn't know about a war. I knew that I had to get out of Dodge. I made my play. Bad move. I'm on a chopper heading north.
Where did you train?
I trained in Parris Island, which I also came back after Vietnam and was an instructor. I'll get to that later. Trained at Parris Island, with the Marine Corps base up there, Camp Lejeune. I flew to California, Camp Pendleton, and we were all standing out on the thing in attention or whatever in a group in our platoon, or whoever it was, company. And the guy said, I need volunteers for the mortar squad. We went, hey, we done volunteered one time. I ain't raising my hand. So nobody raised their hand. So the guy picked you, and he picked me. Lucky break, I was an 81 mortar squad.
Next question is, what was it like leaving North Carolina?
Great.
Great?
Great. I was going to see the world. I've never been out of Gastonia. I mean, don't get me wrong, I wasn't going to Panama for a vacation.
So what was your position in the service?
My position in the service was, I had 3 MOSs. I had 0311 infantry, I had 0341 mortars, and I had a 3251, which is primary marksmanship instructor.
Sure. Next question: what was some of the dislikes and likings of the country you were in, if there were any?
Dislikes: it sucked. The terrain. One hill we was on, pretty good. About 6 months in, they said to get rid of all your cameras and tape recorders, whatever you got going in this real safe base. We're going to Quezon, which we went. Okay.
Next question.
Wait a minute. What was that question?
It was the dislikes and likings of the country.
Oh, okay. Beautiful jungles. Beautiful. We ruined it.
Yeah. The
hill I was on at Quezon was nothing but stumps because they had napalmed it and Agent Orange it to death. Okay.
Next question. Thoughts on the war after leaving the country?
I'm on the Freebird flying home. I'm going to the world. Yeah, I was blessed.
Last question is one funny or exciting story from your time in the service.
Okay, when we docked in the Philippines twice, we did an operation over there and played before we went to war and practiced all the stuff and jungle training. And then we went into Subic Bay, which is a port there. Along the Po has got bars on the top, hotels on the top. No, bars on the bottom, hotels on the top. Anyway, when we were in these bars, me and Ralph, my buddy, he's my bunker buddy, we started singing Beatles songs. Yeah. So we did that twice in the Philippines, and the Navy guys and everybody seen us. Well, that was that. So we're at Hill 55, and we come out and go out of the wire, which is the security, and go in this village. And I got a picture at home, and that's why I thought you was coming there. You'd get a picture of it. It's me and Ralph. When we got there, they took our rifles because we were right inside of them. They had us covered. And they handed me a guitar that had no strings, not a string. And a little old amp that was this big, and Ralph had a speaker. Everybody's standing around. It's called a med cap. They go out and they give the kids shots, old people, give them goodies, towels and all that stuff. Anyway, the lieutenant grabs me and says, You and Ralph's got a record in the bar in the Philippines.
Right.
Anyway, he handed me the guitar and Ralph the microphone. He said, entertain these kids till we can get everybody run through. So me and Ralph started singing Beatles, so I went into it. Yeah, man, we had a good time. I mean, in the Philippines. Okay, I've got a question for you while we're on tape.
What's the question for me?
What would you do? Let's say they brought the draft back. Would you do that, or would you join the service? Would you take the draft and go?
I would take the draft.
And what branch of the military would you be in?
What branch would I want to be in? I'd say probably the Marine Corps. I'd want to be in the Marine Corps.
Semper Fi, brother. Semper Fi. And let's all mention our my grandson Jake, who is graduating from the Army.
My brother.
And we're going to sing. And I appreciate everyone listening to my interview. And there's 58,000 people that look kind of like me that ain't here because they got the big one. So I'm here in memory of them.